Have you ever thought about how one overlooked trade could transform a team's season? As the February 6th trade deadline approaches, the New York Knicks might be on the verge of making a savvy move that could give their roster a much needed boost. Today, we're diving into why Chris Boucher of the Toronto Raptors might be the perfect addition to the Knicks bench and how this trade could unfold. Picture this. The Knicks are in the middle of a tough season. While they've shown flashes of brilliance, consistency has been elusive. Their starting lineup has held its own, but the second unit often struggles to keep up. What's missing? A versatile big man who can protect the rim, stretch the floor, and provide energy off the bench. Enter Chris Boucher. Boucher, a 32-year-old forward center for the Raptors, has quietly been a key contributor for Toronto. Despite not being a household name, his skill set makes him an intriguing target. Standing at 6'9" with a wingspan that makes him a defensive menace, Boucher has the tools to impact the game in multiple ways. This season, he's averaging 10.7 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 1.4 3-pointers per game. He's also a solid screen and roll player and an athletic finisher at the rim. For a Knicks team that struggles with spacing and consistent bench scoring, Boucher could be the missing piece. To understand why this trade makes sense, let's explore Boucher's journey. Back in the 2020 to 21 season, he finished eighth in the sixth Man of the Year race, averaging 13.6 points, 6.7 rebounds, and nearly 2 blocks per game. He's a two-time NBA champion and has proven he can perform under pressure. What's even more enticing is his ability to stretch the floor. With 1.4 made threes per game this season, Boucher adds a dimension the Knicks' second unit desperately need. But why now? Why should the Knicks make a move for Boucher at this moment? Reports suggest the Raptors are willing to part with him for a relatively low asking price, just a pair of second-round picks. Given that the Knicks have 6 second-rounders between now and 2028, this could be a low-risk, high-reward investment. Michael Grange of Sportsnet highlighted that Boucher is among several veterans whose trade value is tied to second-round picks. For the Knicks, who are balancing a win-now mindset with long-term flexibility, this deal is almost too good to pass up. Let's take some time out to imagine how Boucher would fit into the Knicks rotation. He'd provide a well-needed spark off the bench, bolstering the second unit's offensive firepower while adding a defensive presence in the paint. His ability to pop out to the wings for catch and shoot threes would complement the Knicks guards, while his athleticism would make him a threat in transition and on putback dunks. Pairing him with Karl-Anthony Towns could create a dynamic frontcourt duo that opposing teams would struggle to handle. However, every trade comes with risk. At 32, Boucher isn't a long-term solution, and there's always the question of how he'd adapt to the system. Would he embrace a reduced role on a Knicks team fighting for playoff positioning? Would his inconsistent rebounding numbers be a liability? These are valid concerns, but the potential upside of acquiring Boucher outweighs them. For the price of 2 second-round picks, the Knicks could address one of their biggest weaknesses and position themselves as a stronger playoff contender. As we inch closer to the trade deadline, the Knicks front office faces a crucial decision. Do they pull the trigger on a low-risk trade for a player who could make an immediate impact, or do they stand pat and hope their current roster can find consistency? One thing is clear, opportunities like this don't come around often, and the Knicks can't afford to miss it. So, Knicks fans, what do you think? Is Chris Boucher the missing piece for this team, or should the Knicks hold on to their assets for a bigger move down the line? Let us know in the comments below. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,